Okay, put on your 3D glasses because this is how we're going to do a 3D anaglyph of our movie posters so that when we wear 3D goggles or 3D glasses, they actually look like they pop forward. So the way this is created is by making two images that are on top of each other and are blended together with color blends, and one is mostly red and one is mostly blue. Red, blue. So I'm going to take this back up to the beginning so I can show you how to do this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the Photoshop document that we did. So we're back at the beginning. We're going to open the Photoshop document where we have the title in one layer and then we have the background in one layer. Now, if you're going to make the whole thing in 3D, it makes sense to make the title in 3D as well, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But in order to include the title with the 3D glasses, it'll make more sense if you put the title down into the other layers. So we're going to select the layer that the title is on. So we don't click on the words, we don't click on the thumbnail image, but we click on this bar, and we are going to right click and we are going to merge down. A shortcut for that is Control E. So now I have a background layer and I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate the layer so that I have two copies of this background layer. Now I have background copy. I'm going to double click that and I'm going to call that left. And then background, I'm going to double click and it's going to make me want to free up the background layer, and I'll click OK. And then I need to change layer 0 to called right. So right now there is no left and right. There's just two images directly on top of each other. So we are going to move them so that one is skewed slightly to the left and one is skewed slightly to the right. But before we move them, I'm going to double left click on left, the top layer. And I'm going to get a layer style and the properties panels are going to come up. So what I need to do is ignore everything over here on the left and ignore everything here on the right. Look for these channels where it says R, G, and B, and they're all checked off. RGB is the color mode for pixels in Photoshop, the standard color mode. R stands for red, G stands for green, and B stands for blue. So this left one we are going to make uncheck the red. So it's going to be green and blue on top. All right, so you can't see much of a difference yet, but you can see these little layer properties. It says it has advanced blending options in these little boxes, so that's what we've done. Now I'm going to double click the right one, so you have to select it and then double left click. I'm going to uncheck green and blue because they work together to make this one red. Okay? So now I'm going to take them, they're definitely right on top of each other, but if you take the eyeballs on and off, you can tell that they've been made different colors. So I'm going to take the left one, I'm going to take my move tool, which is the top tool. It looks like a game controller. The shortcut is V. It allows you to move images. So I'm going to select the top one, I'm going to take my cursor and I'm going to move it over to the left. Okay, and you will see as these things separate, they will start to work. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to put on your 3D glasses and you're going to need to see if you have the right amount of difference between the left and the right image, that they look effective and pop forward in 3D glasses. So this takes some trial and error. So you're going to see what works. You're going to notice that there's a little strip on one side that doesn't have the full image, and we'll crop that out. So we're going to move one to the left, and then we're going to move one to the right until it starts to make sense in your 3D glasses. So that's all you have to do. Once you have it exactly how you want, we're going to use the crop tool, and we're going to leave it on ratio. And this is the crop tool, and its shortcut is C. It has two corners that come together, and it allows you to crop things. So in order to crop, you have to drag the side over just a little bit to crop off the side that wasn't both pictures fully overlapping. And then in order to crop, whenever you have a bounding box, you have to press Enter. Enter will allow you to undo the bounding box and make sure the operation goes through. So we have to click Enter to apply the transformation. And then we are going to go to File and Save As. And this time we're going to save it as world_3D as a Photoshop document. And click OK. And then we need to save the image. So we're going to go to wait till it's finished saving. You'll see the blue bar at the bottom of the screen telling you that it's almost done saving. And this time we're going to save it as a JPEG. So in Photoshop, remember, you can go right back up to File, Save As, and change it from PSD, Photoshop document, to JPG, which is the image file. So we're going to do File and Save As, and you can't do it until it's done. So as soon as it is done, we'll do File and then Save As. Takes some time saving sometimes when it has advanced operations like this, or it has a lot going on the computer. And we will save it as a JPEG document. Still saving. So we go to File, Save As, and then we're going to change PSD, Photoshop document. That's the working file with all your layers in it and all your prep work. And if you want to fix something, that's the one you open to fix it. We're going to save it as a JPG, JPEG file, and we're going to click Save. And then we're going to put it up on maximum, and we're going to click OK. Now we have a 3D little poster that works with your 3D Anaglyph blue and red glasses. So you're going to turn in this Anaglyph for your final poster design. Good luck!